Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you are. Well, my name's A.J. Benoit, and I hail from Brockville, Ontario, the city of the Thousand Islands. Indeed, I do. You know, all my folks back, or friends rather, back home have been telling me, "Oh, A.J., you're so lucky this year. You picked the best time you could have come to Florida. It's been absolutely horrid up here." And of course, most of the people that are here are from different parts of the north, and some further north than others. But everywhere, I think, this side of the Great Bear Lake has been just a wicked, wicked long winter. One of those long, old, cold winters. I hate the cold. I hate the snow, the ice, the sleet, the hail. The hell with that. And the worst of all, the ice storms. And they've had those as well, because I always shudder whenever I hear that there's ice up back home and so on. I remember anybody from Eastern Ontario and into Quebec, Montreal as well. If you remember 1997, it was the worst ice storm in history. It was terrible. Power was out for about 3 weeks in some places. Trees down everywhere. Damage into the millions and millions and millions of dollars. It was just horrible. Just horrible. But I gotta tell you, that's not the first ice storm that I remember. It's not the most memorable one that I remember either. The one I remember most was my very first ice storm over 55 years ago, when I was just a little fella. And I was walking down King Street, our main street back home in Brockville. And it was a terrible ice storm. And right in the center of town, there's this little street that joins another street at the top of the hill. It's called Courthouse Square, Courthouse Green. Lovely little street. You got fountains and flowers, and it's just beautiful. And it's a little steep street. It's only about 150 yards long or whatever, but it is quite steep. And right at the top of it is General Sir Isaac Brock, a great big statue. And for those that might not know, General Brock was a famous general in the Battle of 1812. So anyway, it was this cold, blistery, winter, icy day. And I was standing there, and all of a sudden, at the top of the hill, there was a funeral procession going by. And right in front of the general, the hearse got stuck. It did. And it's sitting there spinning its tires, spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And all of a sudden, the car up in front saw that the hearse was stopped and stuck. So that car stopped. Instantaneously, the moment it stopped, the hearse wheels broke through the ice, caught the pavement, and it shot out of there like a rocket. And it hit the car in front of it. It hit it so hard that the impact knocked the back door of the hearse open, and out comes the casket. Right there. And it gets worse. The caskets start sliding down the hill, the big steep hill it did. And it's coming down there like a freight train, picking up energies as it's going. Right at the same time as I'm standing there, the casket's coming right straight down. A milk truck started coming across right in front of me. The casket smashed right dead right into the side of the milk truck. And it hit it so hard, it bounced back and took different direction. And right there in the corner was a drugstore. It's called Curry's Drugstore. And a lady was coming out of the store, or the drugstore, right at the same time. She saw the casket, she stepped to the side, and the casket blew right by her, went right up the aisle, and right in front of the counter where the pharmacist was standing, the casket hit and stopped. The door opened and the body sat up and said to the pharmacist, "Do you got anything to stop this coughing?" It's a true story. Yes, it is. I wouldn't lie to you. That's what happens back in Brockville. Things like that. Yes, it does. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you very kindly for allowing you to take me to take the opportunity to stop by and say hello. And I'll tell you what, I might come back in the second half of the show with another true story for you. Thank you.